Alright, so this is the lower frame. And so remember, I was able to fix this, the wire that releases both sides. So I was able to go in and get these lubricated. That's usually the biggest problem with these things. So now we're going to get this pad. See how we're going to do this without hurting ourselves. It's a little bit wider. Seems a bit taller. Yeah, you've got a little bit of a gap right there on the other side. I guess the idea would be, alright, so you can see this is right down here. This is the difference in the width of this seat to the original foam. So what I'm thinking, there's also a difference in the depth of the foam itself. Now if you look over here, and right here I found this foam is actually torn. So what I thought about doing, you can see how bad this is. What I thought about doing is cutting a bunch of this out and actually laying part of this in there. This is pretty tired, I mean there's no mistaking. And this piece of foam here was free. So what I was thinking about doing is cutting it right in here around 18 inches or so. That would give us enough to come in here and cut some of this rotten foam out. And maybe I could lay some batting in there and then put this on top of it and then maybe glue it in there with that spray foam glue. I try to do that. Now another way to cut foam, and this is a little tricky. I've got a little jumper pack here. I've got the thin wire here. I've got to do this pretty quickly. Sometimes you can get it to where it'll cut. It's just too much power for these little wires. Alright, now another way you could do that, like I say, this is pretty redneck. So I've got a battery tester here. It puts a load on it. And I'll have to hold this and do this at the same time. But if I want to cut this whole piece out, then I will hold this down like this. So I get my finger on that button. Let's see if that'll actually work. Let's see if you can actually see it. I'm going to put you over here. Sorry about the banging around with the camera. I might just edit all that out. I got that. I'm sure that I can get my finger on that trigger. Right there. It gets hot, yep. If I don't want too much of it, I can just give a little bit at a time. Probably need two people here. Get her hot again. Catch it on fire. Probably easier and safer to use the knife, but just trying to think outside the box basically. Alright, back on the seat here. What I've got going on, you can see these plastic pieces that kind of hold this all right in here. And getting them back on there is really tough on this, because here's the thing, this seat cushion is actually wide and narrow, according to the difference between the original seat and this van seat. So it's got a few places it's probably going to hit. It's got some issues, and then I went and built these, and what these are is they're just like a puller plate to kind of help pull these pieces. And the way that I got these is I just made them out of metal. So what you can do is get them to where you've got some leverage up against it. So if you like right here, you don't want to go too high. Right here, pull on it. Tries to pull that just a little bit. What I can do is take this other one and pull it as well. I'm just going to try my pony clamps. Once I get it to the edge, a lot of times it will move it right away. It's coming. Alright, so I've got all these, and I've got that one to deal with. But you can see it's got that high piece that goes around there. Like I say, for free, I mean, what do you do? So anyway, what I can do is maybe get that pulled a little closer. See that? Probably not. Let's flip it over and see how terrible it looks. Probably good as it's going to get for being a free van seat as opposed to an F-150 seat. I have a couple choices. There's the hole for the seat belt originally, right there. And then the other one is right there. I can cut a slit in it, seat belt in there, bolt it to the floor. The van's actually bolted to the seat. So remember, this is 4-passenger back seat, which is fine for this scenario. The middle seats for the van were too narrow. Now they would fit in like an S10 or a Ranger, but they wouldn't fit in this one without any real consequence. You can move the seat over up against the door and then have a huge gap on the passenger side, which wouldn't be safe. So anyway, considering what this was and what it is now, honestly think for no money in this other than a $50 truck, I really think it's probably pretty well worth it. So you don't need me to show you how to do the rest. It's pretty simple. I'll throw the bottom in the truck first because it's lighter. I can stick it in there, bolt it in, and then I can put that seat back on there. And that's going to have, let's see, the bolt ends right in here, and then this will latch into place. And there's a couple little areas. Once I get it in there, I'll figure out if I'm going to cut that out or not. I may just put a knife to it. I might tuck it up under there. I don't know. I can hog ring it into place. So we'll see. And I probably will put the headrests in. That won't be too bad. What that is going to entail is, I'll have to feel it, but there's a place right in here where the two holes are lined up. And what I probably would do is just go through the bottom with a long steel rod and push up through those plastic bushings that hold the pins for the headrests. I'll just push them through and then I'll just stick the headrests in. That may be the best way to do it, but I think I'll clean those headrests too. It looks like they've been on the farm a bit too long. I'll probably give this a once over with a vinyl cleaner. You know, it's dirty, it's dusty. I cleaned off the most of the grease and nastiness and human slime the other day, but it's gotten a little bit extra here just sitting around while I cut foam, and then I dropped it in the grass the other day and didn't get it cleaned up, so that's my fault. Anyway, I think that's probably going to do it for the moment. We'll give you a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and another redneck repair.